Peace and blessings, everyone. I decided to make this video because I kind of had a little revelation. I just got back from my son's IEP meeting and got a lot of information. And you know, I'm so proud of my son, and I just wanted to express that in this video along with some other things. I know a lot of time I post videos. Oh, excuse me. I post posts of my daughter and her accomplishments, and she gets a lot of recognition from the school, like getting awards and things of that nature. And I don't really get that with my son. But after the IEP meeting, came to realize some things, like I guess like how maybe the outside world view my son. And he is a very, very intelligent kid. Sometimes he don't always show how much he knows, because he's the type of kid that if it doesn't gain his interest, he doesn't really apply himself. You know what I'm saying? But the teachers was telling me he's very fluent in his reading, and he really understands a lot of things, but sometimes his grades doesn't reflect that. When he's supposed to be listening during instruction time, he is writing books. And I wish I had took the time to get all the books that my son has wrote throughout the years, but the goal is to have all his books published, maybe in one collection, or just maybe releasing one at a time. But this kid is so phenomenal. Like, you're going to be hearing about him in the future. I could see him going into something like graphic design, or being someone who writes scripts for plays, or he does his own comic strips type thing. I can see him really doing that. So the reason I made this video is just because I want to encourage other parents out here who may be struggling with their kids, or their kids are not, let's say, just getting awards or getting a recognition from the school. Don't give up on your kid. Don't give up on your kids. Sometimes children have hidden talents. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they don't express it, or they don't, to come out and tell you. Sometimes you just got to keep a watchful eye out for things. But I think my son's going to be okay. He just needs a little bit more like encouragement, or someone to kind of like push him along. And in my mindset, in all honesty, I had this whole thing where, like, you should get it by now, because when I was a child, when I got to a certain age, I no longer needed help. But I had to understand that my children are not me. They're their own individual selves. So at any age, you got to be supportive of your children, and don't get discouraged because, they don't get the honor roll or this, that, and the third. Kids really do. Some of them have hidden talents. And my son, his talent is writing. But like, if he's in class and they're teaching a subject that he don't find interesting, he don't apply himself. But we're going to push past that, and we're going to get past that, and I'm going to make a breakthrough with him, as far as to get him to understand how important it is for him to do his work. Like, I tell him, okay, if you don't do it now, you're going to be doing it again next year. You know what I'm saying? And then I just try to do things to try to spark his interest. Like with math, sometimes the things I would do is like, I would take a scenario, like he loves John Cena. So I'll put John Cena in the mix of the math equation or whatever, to try to gain his interest. You know what I'm saying? But all in all I'm just saying, don't give up on your kids. And even if your kids don't get the acknowledgement from the schools, or they don't receive the certificates or the medals, still be that one to encourage them and tell them how proud you are. Because I really didn't realize, just how much my son really has an impact on this world. It's like everybody they come across, people just love him, just talk about how brilliant and how smart he is. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes the work don't match, what is being said, but it's okay. But again, the video is just to encourage you to not give up on that child that struggles. Just encourage them and praise them every time they make an accomplishment. Or if they, if you ask a question, they get it right, that's the time to praise, because that really will build up they will be encouraged to do better. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. Have a blessed day. Peace.